What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Pitch Putt and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, aka RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in here today. Before we get rolling with our guest, though, we're going to take a quick second to give some shout out to a few sponsors. First, we got 420 Bliss located at 740 Hoosick Road right here in Troy. Make sure you guys stop in there, check them out. Everything you're looking for: flour, pre roll, edibles, tinctures, vapes, you name it, they got it. If you're looking for some vapes or some gummies, make sure you guys go and check out Jaunty, available at 420 Bliss as well. They have a great line of gummies: the mango sunrise, the blueberry lemonade, bunch of different options over there, as well as the vapes constantly coming out with new flavors in the cartridges, as well as the disposables. And if you're looking for any rosin, make sure you check out the brand The Critical. Available at 420-bliss.com, as well as on the App Store. It's just a little higher. Make sure you check them out. If you're in the 518, make sure you're looking at the 420 location here in Troy. Stop in there, like I said, check them out. Let them know the Pitch Putt and Puff crew sent you. Also, we got to give a shout out to Trouble Off the Tee, Marty and the crew over there. Been taking care of us since the jump at Pitch Putt and Puff. Marty's got a great book available on Audible and Spotify. Trouble Off the Tee. Author's Marty Midian, narrated by Jake Adams from Country Club Adjacent. While you're over there, make sure you check out the site. He's got a bunch of different options from the clothing line. He's got the hoodies, the hats, the quarter zips, the polos, you name it. Marty's got it over there. He did have a 50% off site-wide sale. I'm not sure if it's still going. If not, use promo code uh, PUFF for buy one, get one free on the polos, and promo code RGB to get yourself 15% off site-wide. Gonna do a little mash-up episode here today, a little bit of everything, a little bit about the season. We're coming to an end here. Freer Park is officially closed. We'll be out at Mohawk River this Sunday. We'll give it another shot. Going to be in the mid 50s. See what happens up there. But going to have a guest coming on a little bit later from the West Coast to talk about some things he has going on. So we're going to take a quick break here, and then we will get into our guest. We'll get into it with the boys here. I think Kirk's going to jump on with me, and then we'll get into our guest. All right, let's get into it here. RGB back with another episode of the Pitch Putt and Puff. So yeah, we're just going to talk about the season wrap up, really, for the most part. Closed out Freer Park this Sunday. Was really a great year. Got to give a shout out first and foremost to Josh and Greg for everything they've done at the park. Josh taking care of the crew like he always does. Much appreciation to him. And then Greg and his boys really keeping that course in pristine condition all year round. Wednesday was the last day, and as a tradition, myself, Fairway, Bob, and Hank got out there and got around in the last round. They closed the gates behind us. It's it's been a really good year, man. Um, we had a lot of fun. We grew this thing pretty big, a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Adding a few guys like Ant Man and Kirk and Mikey and Ant. So it's really been a great year. We've had a bunch of fun this year. Um, the competition level has balanced out pretty good, I think, especially with Bub making the big jump this year and into the top tier of guys. He was right there, middle of the pack. You know, this conversation when we came out with the rankings last year really could have had, especially if Steve was in there, it would probably been Jay, Steve, Parisi, Bub, myself, Hank, right around there. But now Bub jumping to the second spot. Steve really not balling out this year or participating too much. So it gave Parisi and Bub the really opportunity to jump in and take hold of that lead. I think a lot of it was the midsummer, where Jay didn't really get a chance to get out as much midsummer. Had some shit going on off the course, so his focus level wasn't there as much, and it gave guys like Bub and Parisi really an opportunity to step up and take the throne there for this season. I'd say it's really a 1A 1B with me personally. My rankings when I personally had it, I had Bub first. Just the more consistent, played more rounds on Sunday, so that was a big factor. Parisi, lights out golfer. He really is. I think he's just going to get better here as the years go. He's only been playing for about 5-6 years as well. So I had it 1A 1B, Bub, Parisi, Jay, and then at the 4 spot, I actually had Hank. Hank hit a little bit of a slump towards in September. I'd say he was struggling a little bit, dealing with a minor injury. But Hank consistently all year was right there in those high 80s, low 90s, middle of the pack guys like we're scoring. Because if you got to figure you got Parisi, Bob, and Jay all low to mid 90s consistently. So those next tier guys, myself, Brad, Hank, Farina, I got to put Hank above. I had Hank above Farina and um, Brad just because of the amount of rounds he played. So that was a big factor in my decision. Everybody had their own way they were ranking. It was really just a coach's poll, pretty much, to see where guys came in. Um, so I went Bub, Parisi, then we had Jay, Hank, myself, Brad, Farina. Is how I rolled out the top. Then followed up with Fairway, was right behind that. Then we had Kev, Steve. Who else did I have in there? And then I had, right after Steve, I had Mikey. No, I had Kirk, Mikey, and then Ant Man. Ant Man was really only because he only played maybe 10 rounds with us the whole year. Out of the 28 rounds the pitch putt and puff did get in at Freer Park this year. So that was a big factor to me. I got guys showing up every week. That's why I had Steve so low in the rankings. Um, I had to keep Steve kind of, I couldn't put him dead last because he's not that he's a great golfer. He's an A-flight type golfer. He's going to shoot. He's going to be a 7 to 10 handicap most of the time when he's out there. But yeah, overall, it's going to be interesting to see what guys do this offseason. Are guys going to go work on their game? I know a guy like Kirk's going to invest a lot of time into it. I know a guy like Fairway. He's already talking about they got heaters at the driving range, or what night we go into the simulator. So he's not done. He's trying to get out and play any course that's open right now because the weather is in the 50s here. But this Sunday, we're going up to Mohawk River. Mohawk River's about 20 minutes away from Freer Park. A little bit different layout, of course. I've only played it in the wintertime. I've never had the opportunity to get out there in the summer and play it, not even in a tournament. So only got to play last year. It was still snow on the ground. This course doesn't close. They stay open all year round. We're going to be out there. Right now, I'm at 7 guys. We'll see what happens if we fill this 8th spot or not. Obviously, with the weather and the time of year, gets a little bit tougher to fill the tee sheet. But we got Hank decided to give it one more go. He was going to be done after a round on Wednesday. I dabbed him up like I wasn't going to see him till next season, but I'll see him on Sunday to get another round in with the crew. Let's see who's not playing. Jay's out this week. Mikey's out this week. Kev's not going to make it. So there's a few guys. I mean, it's going to be mid-40s. It's going to be cold. It's going to be cold. So we're going to bundle up. We got the heated vest. We'll figure it out when the time comes. But Mohawk River, we'll give it a run. We were thinking Eagle Crest, but we play there a lot in the winter. So we'll try to pop over Mohawk and see what this is all about. Try to mix it up a little bit closer to home as well, which is a factor for some guys. But yeah, I'll take this, man. This global warming, this 45 to 50 degrees. I'll pretty much deal with this all year. I mean, not all year, obviously, but all winter. If we can stick to this in November, I mean, we're almost mid-November now and still playing golf with really not even having to bundle up too bad. So it's been good. It's been real good up here. So we'll definitely take that. But yeah, like I said from the jump, I just really want to give a shout out to Josh and Greg, Matt, and the rest of the guys up there. Ant-Man, he's a big part of it. Jules and all the girls up there taking care of the pitch putt and puff crew this year. We truly appreciate it. I know a lot of hard work goes into all the stuff you guys do, and we're just out there reaping the benefits, and it doesn't go unnoticed. And we just want to let you guys know that, and we do appreciate everything that you guys do for us up there by Josh hooking us up with tee times, Greg and company maintaining the course. It is the premier public course in the Capital District, without a doubt. But not going to quite set the groups yet. Got to see what we got for the weekend if I do round out that final spot. But the other thing I wanted to get into and let everybody know is check us out tonight on the Upstate Golf Guys. We're going to try to put it on Instagram Live, possibly on YouTube. We're going to do a live watch of the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. Real excited about that. Interesting to see what's going to happen. I've always obviously been a Tyson fan. Tyson has ties to the 518. Used to live right over in North Greenbush and Pond Hill, not far from where I grew up. He fought at RPI Fieldhouse all the time in the late 80s, early 90s. A buddy of mine I grew up playing high school basketball with. His father, the late Bob Miller, was his cut man for a short period of time working with Gus D'Amato. So there's a lot of history and ties to the area with Mike Tyson. Now Jake Paul, I'm a Jake Paul fan as well. The kid's no slouch. Yeah, he's a YouTuber, content creator, whatever. But the kid can fight. You got to give him credit. He's got in the ring with fighters. He's got in the ring with Anderson Silva, guys like Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz grew up street fighting. These guys are fighters. They know what they're doing out there. So it's going to be interesting to see uh, what the outcome of this is. It really is going to be truly interesting to see if there's going to be a knockout, or is this going to be like the Roy Jones fight where they're just hitting body shots? But I don't think so. I really think, and Rogan mentioned it as well, to where Mike Tyson has that different. He's different. He's got that killer mentality. He's not afraid. He's going to go in there and give it all he's got. Yeah, he's 60 years old, but his mind doesn't know he's 60 years old. His body might feel like it, but in his head, he's still that 20-year-old dog who's going to come out and rip somebody's head off, literally, or bite their ear off, or whatever the case may be. Now, Jake Paul, personally, I think this is a lose-lose for Jake Paul. He really doesn't have. There's nothing to gain here. So, all right, you're trying to prove yourself in the boxing world. You go, you fight a 60-year-old Mike Tyson, you knock him out. People are going to be pissed at you, and you're going to gain more haters because you knocked out Mike Tyson, one of the greatest, if not the greatest fighter of all time. And then now, if you go and you lose to Mike Tyson, you just got knocked out by a 60-year-old has been boxer who hasn't boxed in 30, 25 years, whatever the case may be. So there's no plus for it. And where do you go from here? Like, Jake Paul's trying to really make it a boxing career. Who does he fight next? I think it's all going to come down to him and his brother fighting at some point. But the more I see Jake developing and becoming a real boxer, I don't think Logan will even be able to hang in the ring with him for more than a few rounds. So I don't really know what's going to happen coming up with the boxing game. And I know UFC, we got a big UFC this weekend. John Jones and Stipe coming out. Jones hasn't fought in 4 years or something like that. So going to be interesting to see what he does. Obviously going to have some ring rust. Curious. We got a big boxing weekend. And the other thing I just started watching in the fights, or getting into a little bit in the fighting, is Jorge Masvidal he's got his bare knuckle MMA. So a little bit different. Not as many, more grappling, I would say, in jiu-jitsu than actual boxing, but it's a different aspect and really makes guys think about when they're going to wind up and send that punch, opposed to they really don't want to try to break a hand or something like that. But interesting weekend in the fight world. Another interesting weekend here in the Pitch Putt and Puff. We're going to break it down. We're going to play Mohawk River. Got most of the boys out there. Probably the closeout round. We'll see what happens the following weekend, but we're taking it weekend by weekend, taking advantage of global warming. Shout out to global warming. If it gives us the opportunity to golf, we're going to golf. We're going to take full advantage of it for sure. And with that being said, I'm going to take a break and going to bring in my man Thicc Gabagool, Legends Golf Club member, one of the OG members of the Legends Golf Club out in the IE in California. He was on with Michael a few months back, probably the beginning of the summer. We were talking some legends. He's got a tournament coming up that he wants to talk about. Thick's doing his thing out there in Cali, being part of the Legends, what those guys do. And this is Thick's own thing, though. It says no affiliation to Legends. He's just a Legends member. Always about giving back. And that's something my goal into going into next year is finding ways that the Pitch Putt and Puff, the Upstate Golf guys, we can really try to give back to the community and support some things around here. Make some things possible with the crew we have, the people we know. We can get things done. So with that being said, I'm going to take a quick break, and we will bring in my man, the Thicc Gabagool. And we're back here on the Pitch Putt and Puff once again. I'd like to introduce my man, Legends member, Thicc Gabagool. What's up, Thicc?
Hey, how we doing?
Good,
We
man.
got
Welcome
We
to the
got Ronnie
podcast.
Thicc Dangerfield in the house. Oh yeah, I got no respect. No respect at all.
Rodney Thicc, that's funny.
Yeah. How you guys doing over there in New York? You guys freezing your bowls off everything?
Yeah, man, we're cold out up here for sure.
Shit, I'm about to go in the pool in a little bit.
Oh man, it's 40 degrees here right now.
Oof, Maron, that's cold over there.
It's super cold, man. It's been tough, dude.
Mm.
We got lucky. We got lucky there for a little bit, but now it's been pretty cold.
Well, you know how it is over here in beautiful sunny California. Minus the smog. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? You get that everywhere.
Yeah. We got one more round in. Our home course just closed on Wednesday.
Oh man, I was hoping to go out there and spray you guys, but I guess that ain't gonna happen.
No, not this year. I was trying to come out to the anniversary tournament last weekend or last week, but things didn't line up well this year. So I got to
Oh
make it.
really?
Yeah, I was trying to make it out, but with I got some things coming up with the family and stuff that financially it just wasn't going to work out.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, Walt's taking all my money, man. The, the
All
guy
you
with
gotta
the
do is go
beard.
to one of those casinos, just put money in on black and forget about it.
Yeah,
17 black all day.
yeah, I'm 26 blacks my number. Yep.
Oh, 26 black. Oh, but then again, you go ahead and parlay that over to the section same time, or if you see the low numbers are hidden, then go ahead
No.
and go crazy. Just do the 118. 118 bet won't hurt. Or if you do 1936, as long
Yep.
as you see low numbers hitting, that's all good. I love me some virtual roulette though.
Yeah. That's the only thing I play at the casinos, man. I feel like you got a better chance of winning a roulette than
I'm
most
actually
anything.
staying right now, Yamava, over in Highland over here.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
yeah, and they got a great virtual roulette over here. You just put a couple, Fazulis in there and boom. You know what I mean? You go ahead and hit that all day.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So thick man, you got a tournament coming up that you want to
Yeah,
talk
you know
about.
what? This is a really special. It's a golf tournament, yes, but it's one of those give back deals. So we've been doing this for a couple years now. Chef Eric Baker and I, and we call it the Chef Baker and Thicc Gabagool's Toys for Tots charity golf classic. So what we do is we go ahead and we have a traditional golf tournament, but also we collect Toys for Tots, which were registered through the United States Marine Corps as a drop site. But then also though, what we do is we do something really special. So what we do is we go ahead and we collect all the proceeds. I'm talking about down to the last penny. What we
Hmm.
do is we go ahead and put that cash in envelopes, and we put a message of hope and where that money came from, and we put it in three different languages. We put it in English, Spanish, and in Mandarin because you never know who you're gonna run into. Then what we
Right.
do is we hit all different spots throughout the San Gabriel Valley here in California. We hit up grocery stores, we hit up gas stations, we hit up bus stops. It doesn't matter if we see somebody who looks like they can go ahead and use some help, and we'll go ahead and take care of them. We'll hand them an envelope, not for clout. We don't take videos of them or make them feel uncomfortable. We just hand something to somebody and say, "Hey, look, this is for you," and just walk away completely. And
Wow.
you don't hear about anything like that at all. I mean, to be honest with you, I've seen a lot of charities and whatnot, and nobody's done anything quite like ours.
Right.
And we don't use big charities because I'll go ahead and say it out loud. You never know where it goes. You
Right.
never know.
Right.
And with that said, I don't want to, go ahead and say ill about people and whatnot, but can you? Yeah, you usually can. So, with that said,
Unfortunately.
yeah. With that said, this is a tournament that's a party from the beginning to the end because we have so many sponsors that do this because they know it's something that's completely different. It's out of the box, which I love. I
Right.
love crazy. I love crazy stuff. I love when people are having a good time. Last year we had two people tied for first, and instead of like moping around, and say, "Hey, those are my trophies. Those are my trophies." You know what
Right.
they did in spirit of the whole entire event? They went ahead and they chopped it up. Two people from one foursome, the other two, they went ahead and they said, "Look, you guys take two trophies, we take two more trophies over here. We'll split it up. Boom, let's go back to partying." And
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. And
Absolutely.
I participate in so many golf events, so many, yet to have seen something like that where it was non-selfish. Everybody just wanted to go back to the party, have drinks, eat food, and just chill.
Right.
That's
Right.
what it's all about.
Wow. That's an awesome idea, man. Just the fact of like the way you give back. Like it's people don't know what's coming. It's
Yeah.
literally you're literally Santa's little helper in that situation, especially around the holidays when people don't have it. Like you're
Mhm.
at Walmart and you see that lady putting something back because she can't afford it. That's the
Yo,
one you slip the
hey, I'm
envelope.
gonna tell you right now. So I was at a grocery outlet, and there was this woman, and I could tell she could have used that envelope. She was holding on really tightly to like a max pack of chicken drumsticks.
Okay.
Old woman, and then I just went ahead and I approached her, and I was trying to give her an envelope, and Eric Baker was with me at that period, and she's like, "What is this?" And I go, "No, someone here to help you." I told her in Spanish. And then she goes, "What do you mean?" Like, I go, "No, there's something in there for you." She goes, "What do you mean? I don't want it." I go, "No, there's money in there. I want you
Right.
to have that." And she goes, "No, I don't deserve it." Just being so humble, say, "No, not me. This is not for me."
Right.
I go, "No, it is for you. It is for you." So she went ahead, back and forth, with me. Then finally she accepted it. As I'm walking out of the aisle, she opens it up, looks at it. She almost like literally just like dropped dead, and I got so emotional because she
Crazy.
started like really crying, and I looked at my buddy. I'm like, I'm trying to hold in the tears, trying to
Right.
man up, but it ain't easy because I
No,
never been in
no.
a situation where I thought I'd be able to help people like that. But I've been fortunate through golf and just me, my silly ass character,
Right.
able to like meet so many people and be able to bring people together and do this. And that right there was, I no joke. I had to go and get me a beer real quick and a shot real quick, just to like hold down that emotion because it's some deep stuff when
Yeah.
you really get down there. You're going down to like the hoods and helping out people because the smallest amount you hand somebody with them not even knowing, they immediately like the real humble ones like, nah, this ain't for me. Stuff like
Hmm.
this doesn't happen to me. So yeah, but anyhow,
Like that
everybody
lady
come.
though, man, you changed her life in that moment. She was losing hope, man, and then
She
all
could
of a
have.
sudden,
I have
you know
no
what I'm
idea,
saying?
but you want to know what? The way she broke down, I'm telling you, like that right there was so special. And I'm not saying it scarred me for life, but I'm never going to forget that. And that's the
Yeah.
one story that I always tell everybody because that's how deeply impacted her life. And it definitely impacted mine. And that's why I'm here right now. And I'm trying to promote this. I know this year's been tough on a lot of families and people around.
Sure.
And there's some people out there been blessed, been able to go and still hit the course and whatnot. But right now, unfortunately, we need golfers. We need golfers to make this go down. That's why I'm out here and I'm promoting this. We have so much love from different sponsors. I'm just gonna name off these sponsors, and you just go ahead and you're gonna be blown away. We got Louis Zicker from Azusa. They're gonna go ahead and throw the party down. They're gonna be handing out drinks, whatnot. We got Odin Golf. We got Louis Placenta Homes. They're gonna be going ahead and giving out some stuff as well. We got Grips on the Go, Super Swings. We got Back Nine Bullies, Dang Bros Pizza being handing out that pizza again. We got E Pouch, we got Micheladas Amiguitos, we got Crank Golf, Hero Foundation, the Veneer Cigar Lounge. We got Legends going to be in the house as well, setting up a booth. We have T Bumps. We got Only Golfers. They're going to be supplying their app for that event.
Let's
We
hear
have
it.
Forget About It. We got Beatbox, Chavez Homes. We have also Happy Dad committed to this, which is going to be insane.
Wow, that's awesome.
Happy Dad. I love them so much. I love their thick cans, no more skinny cans. Golf to You, Cali FX. And then we also have some other beer sponsors soon to date. And we also have more people right now, which I'm waiting on confirmation for. So it's not like one of those terms where you go to and you're like, hey man, I gotta smuggle a little six pack in or I gotta bring a little
Right.
something. This is all inclusive. We're talking food, we're talking drinks, a banquet afterwards, and we have some sick raffle prizes. And you want to know what? Like when you go to like usual tournaments, you're hoping for like, something like this to happen, or you get like your money's worth out of it. Honestly, if this was any other time of the year, and I know it's towards the end of the year, people got to spend money on gifts for kids and whatnot, or
Right.
just any other thing.
Sure.
This tournament could have easily gone for $300-400, but it's just the amount of stuff you get back with it. But again, though, this is a charity event, so all the proceeds are going out and they're hitting the streets. So
Hmm.
this is something that people think about. So I know you're on the East Coast, but I know you got some connects over here on the West Coast. That people are going to see this,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I'm just letting everybody know, just straight up, look, we need some golfers to make this happen.
Yeah.
It took a lot of time out of um, myself and also Eric Baker to go ahead and make all these contacts. But the minute I went ahead and I sent emails out, made phone calls, people were like, "Look, we got you." And
Yeah.
I love that. I love that people know that they can entrust me. That like I'm trying to put something on that's different. So
Yep.
with that said, we're hoping that people go ahead and just send me a DM at Thicc Gabagool or at Sheriff Baker and try to get you on board because we could really use the help. And we need some players to come out there and have a good time. Just let loose, have fun, and not only that, you're gonna be helping people at the same time.
Yep.
It's
Absolutely.
$200 per person, and again, it's not that bad considering what everything you get, and you're playing at a private country club. Come
Oh,
on, you
yeah.
know.
You're paying around here. You're paying 200 to get in a private country club as is, just
And
to
right
get
now,
out there.
the conditions are immaculate. Right now, forget about it. Don't even get me started how good that course is. I don't know if you've ever been to California Country Club, but when you come down over here, you let me know, and we'll see if we can set something up.
Oh
Then you
man.
could be like, all right, this is the real deal.
Yeah, I'm getting out there next year, man. That's 100%. I'm getting out there.
All right, yeah, we'll touch base, afterwards to see what's up. But
Absolutely.
anyways,
So,
nonetheless,
Vic, so we're saying guys on the East Coast. We see,
yeah.
listeners hear what you're doing. That they want to support. How can they support? Obviously, not going to be able to go play in the tournament. How can we still support?
We're like I said, we're officially signed up with the United States Marine Corps. We're Toys for Tots drop site, if you actually want to mail some toys over
Mhm.
on our end, we're more than glad to accept it. Just go to send me a DM. I'll go
Okay.
to send you address information where you can go to send those toys, and I'll make sure they go ahead and get to the kids this year.
All right, cool. What I'm gonna do might be a little bit easier. Is I'll round up some cash from the guys and I'll Venmo you or Cash App you and make a donation that way.
Okay, okay,
We'll
that's
work
cool.
something like that
I,
up.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
really that's gonna help out, and it's gonna go and it's gonna be really taken care of. And like you said, it's the smallest amount that like you just give somebody can definitely change their lives and give people hope, because a lot of times, especially, people tend to lose hope this time of the year, and they're like, damn, you know what, I wish things were better. But like, when somebody just goes ahead and mysteriously shows up, just hands you something, you look and you're like damn, you look up above and you're like, you know what, I can't give up. I got to keep
Yeah,
moving. You know,
absolutely.
so that's what I'm trying to do. And I didn't grow up with much, but luckily, again, I've been blessed to meet so many people. They're great, and just like yourself, good dude, solid man. And yeah, we're just trying to give back. That's at the end of the day. We've been blessed again to go out and do all this stuff throughout the year, but at the end of the year, though, we got to give back.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. And that's what's cool. You linking up with Michael with Legends and his whole mindset of giving back. I mean, you guys are a
He's
good
gonna
team.
be out there doing his thing. He's gonna be out there representing, man.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of names you've mentioned were on the podcast with Only Golfers, Cali FX, obviously Legends. So yeah, man. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to the boys. We're gonna figure out a way to support this
That
for
sounds
sure.
good, man. I really appreciate that. Again, thank you so much for letting me be on, passing the word.
Absolutely.
I really, really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Appreciate everybody tuning in and make sure you guys go check out Thicc Gabagool on Instagram and support this great event. And we will be back on Monday with a final recap of the Pitch Putt and Puff for 2024 golf season. We'll talk to you then. Later.